for universities to build students with the able to think, listen to, and consider alternate viewpoints itself has become a big challenge for the university. But you did speak about I'm going to jump to you very quickly. I know that that's one of your favorite subjects, assessments.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you think of AI assessments, the whole thing that Bharat just started touching upon, but if we can just delve a little deeper.
Look, Mr. Gupta, right? He actually made a very valid point about AI and the hallucinating effects of AI. And so when we talk of AI, it's not going to be able to teach soft skills. It's not going to be able to teach students how to evaluate information in its criticality, to work in groups, to be able to present. And so when and AI still is inevitable. So in my opinion, uh, students should be encouraged to use AI as a tool for their assignments, for their learning, but in a constructive manner rather than a destructive manner. And whatever be the output, if they are encouraged to critique that information that AI throws out, that will enable them to think and challenge the norms, and we will still be able to achieve the outcomes that we are aiming for.
I'm going to push you back on this.
Sure.
So, use in a constructive manner. Again, wonderful word. It's like saying, use a knife in a constructive manner. Use it for cooking. And don't go harm somebody. How do you do that?
Uh, every chef has cut marks, so it's inevitable, to be honest. But a few things that I have understood, and I just attended a conference on AI and education, and Pontus, he's the deputy vice chancellor of Amstel University in Sweden. He made a very valid point. He said, embedding AI into curriculum where students learn the constructive methods. And when you contextualize AI in various different formats, like for example, School of Architecture might want to embed AI into a more technical sense than a creative sense, whereas the School of Business might want to bring it into a more information gathering and analysis sense than strategic. So it varies from context to context, but yes, definitely um, the knife can present its culinary skills.
Excellent, excellent. And a lot more than that, I completely agree with you. So, you believe that AI needs to be embedded into curriculum and embedded into everything that a university does in terms of teaching. And that's what I'm taking away from it. Is that correct?
Yes. I would want to steal your words here, the horizontal school
Right.
rather than the vertical within a university.
AI in tech becomes horizontal, and at least I have one person agreeing with me. But let me check, Prashasti will agree with me or not. Now, he said, and Nimai just mentioned that AI has to be integrated into curriculum now. Talk about your own experience in what you do and how you collaborate. Do you really see AI being integrated? Now, one would argue that AI is remaking the content, business completely. In fact, I would even go to the extent of arguing that content is going to be dynamically generated, contextually sensitive, contextually aware, and tailored in a fashion that makes sense for the faculty and for the students. So it's really dynamic, right? So keeping all of that in mind, and going back to the point that I made in terms of embedding tech AI into curriculum and content, what is your reaction, and what have you seen as reactions or positive, pushback from universities that you engage with?
Thanks, Anand, for the question. Good morning, everybody. Privileged to be here. Before you push me back, Anand, I'm going to push my academic license a little bit and say that AI doesn't have to feel like a tool of AI being used into the teaching learning process. And that's what from the house of Coursera tailors, as may I call, we are doing. The enabler technology is a skill. It's got nothing to do with a tool that is sitting outside of the teaching learning process. At Coursera, everybody is an author. The platform allows every faculty who has access to the Coursera for Campus platform to create dynamic courses, contextualized, verifiable, and in the regional context of where the students are coming from, in the languages that students prefer. So I think that is one enabler that exists. Even how do you compensate for all-time learning? When the faculty is not physically in the classroom, but students have doubts. That's where we have course dialogue. So you can have a Socrates dialogue with the student in the pre-fed rubric, in the context in which you can have discussions, and the student feels as if the tutor is answering or the professor is answering. That is where the real Guru Shishya Parampara lies. Like, we're going back from rote learning, from monologal teaching, we're going back into the Guru Shishya Parampara, where the teacher's job is to put the mundane tasks to a technology tool, repetitive assignments, assessment generation, and all of that is mundane. It's put out. What teachers are spending more time on is creative mentoring, critical thinking, classroom dialogues, and also appreciative inquiry. Because there is no reason for us to ban AI from your institutions. It is here to stay. How can we enable it? How can we make it as a weapon, as an ammunition to teach and learn better? Use more active teaching learning aids, rather than think about what the disruption it can cause. In technology or in any business, there has been a phase of disruption where automation and machines have taken over. For education, this is the first time that we are in that situation where faculty is pushing the boundaries of how active teaching learning happens in the classroom. With the course curation tools that we created on Coursera, using AI as a hotbed, we've seen more than 10,000 courses being generated in India by institutions that partner with Coursera. This was never possible before. We have Coursera Coach, which is able to speak into 22 official languages that students understand. 500,000 Coursera Coach dialogues have been exchanged averagely. So this is empowerment. On the context of verifiable credentials produced by 375 plus industry and university partners, this context is closed. So there's no hallucination or crawling the internet